For a certain group of moviegoers heading to the multiplex to see Baby Driver, the new action film from director Edgar Wright of Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead fame, the attraction isn't stars Jamie Foxx or Jon Hamm. It's not even a swaggering Ansel Elgort, who plays the title character, a speed demon getaway driver high on a heady mix of gas fumes and rock and roll, or Lily James, who plays his waitress-turned-girlfriend. It's the car. The bright, red 2006 Subaru Impreza WRX. Long a favorite of the Fast and the Furious-style racing crowd, the WRX runs up hard against Subaru's more mainstream marketing image as the automotive equivalent of a trip to REI, all dogs, babies, families, mountain bikes, coconut water and Dad's old Jack Johnson CDs. But, for Subby freaks, there's way more to the story. That's one reason why Subaru WRX owner Hunter Wooten of Keller, who loves the cars for their performance and handling, and is part of the North Texas Subaru's Facebook group, is glad to see Baby Driver making a big splash. They've had great sales recently with their new model, but they're going to be even better now, he said in a phone interview. And he's looking forward to seeing the movie this weekend. "I've seen the trailer multiple times," he said. Similarly, Frisco friends Justin Pringle, Josh Kay, Alan Amyobi, and Tyler Stewart, WRX drivers all, can't wait to see it. As far as Hollywood goes, they've kind of stayed away from Subarus and imports, Pringle explained in an interview. Everything is always about muscle cars, going back to the first Fast and the Furious. At the very end was Vin Diesel in the big Charger. Subsequently, it was always American muscle, American muscle. Nothing wrong with that. It's just not what I want to go for. For WRX owner Christopher Stark of Las Colinas, getting this kind of push has a ripple effect. Exposure drives up demand, which, in turn, gives us better WRXs in the future, he said in a Facebook message. He does worry though about the downside. "I just have to be extra careful around police that have seen the movie," he said. Subbies at Alamo Drafthouse. To be fair to other car manufacturers, the Subaru isn't the only car in the film. There were some 150 cars of various makes used in Baby Driver, but it's the WRX that seems to be making the biggest impression. After all, both Alamo Drafthouse movie theaters in Dallas and Richardson have a red Subaru Impreza parked out front as part of their Baby Driver promotion, and they will be there all weekend. Full confession, I've driven nothing but Subarus since 1998, not a WRX though, and when I saw Baby Driver at South by Southwest in Austin in March, seeing the car play such a prominent role was a nice little Hollywood shout-out. So I called my car dealer, Aaron Dunson at Subaru of Plano, who drives a WRX, to see if the movie has spawned much consumer interest yet. "I haven't heard too many customers mention it yet," he said. "But I'm sure it's going to generate a lot of attention for the WRX at least. When I first saw the trailer and immediately I knew it was a WRX, you just get pretty excited to see your car featured in some type of Hollywood production like Steve McQueen's Mustang and Bullitt or the Italian Job with the Mini Cooper." Online chatter. But Subaru fans certainly have been talking about it online. "I'll see it to support the car," Lowell, Rockbox 50 said on the North American Subaru Impreza Owners Club forum. "Saw the premiere. Great movie. I wish the WRX was used more, but really cool movie for sure," said Kid Mike 117. WRX needed more screen time, complained Black Sea Fleet, and that's a sentiment echoed by Aaron Brown, an editor at the automotive site TheDrive.com, who has been writing quite a bit about Baby Driver. "I wish the WRX had more of a presence in the film," he said via email. "It made sense that the car had to be changed for each job that the crews completed, but as a WRX geek, the more the better. At the Alamo Draft Houses, programmer creative manager James Wallace says the subbies, provided by Sewell Subaru in Dallas after Wallace reached out to them, have had moviegoers stopping and gawking. People walk in, they see the movie, and come out and get really excited, which is really funny to me, he said. It wasn't something I expected to be as much of a hit as it was. I've seen people taking pictures and posing in front of it. For at least one Subaru fan though, this wave of cinematic popularity has its drawbacks. Posted EDKWON on the North American Subaru Impreza Owners Club forum, expect Subaru insurance rates to climb as loser owners are inspired to recreate scenes and think they can score hot waitresses. Despite the good reviews the film is getting, it's at a stellar 97% on Rotten Tomatoes, and all the buzz, it might not be enough for some moviegoers who haven't been bitten by the Subaru bug. I told my girlfriend I wanted to go see it and she looked at me like a 13-year-old, said WRX owner Tyler Stewart by phone. She shook her head and walked away.
The Renault-Nissan alliance continues its push for greater market share in the not-so-glamorous, but highly profitable field of light commercial vehicles, LCV. Group Renault today confirmed a joint venture deal with Brilliance China Automotive, CBA, focused on the manufacture and sale of LCVs, the company said today in an emailed statement. In March of this year, the alliance put its global LCV business under the umbrella of a single alliance LCV business unit. Under the deal, CBA will acquire a 100% holding in LCV maker Shenyang Brilliance Jinbei Automobile Company, Limited, SBJ. Following this, Group Renault will purchase from CBA 49% equity interest in SBJ, resulting in a restructured joint venture company held by CBA, 51% and Group Renault, 49%. These are the maximums allowed by Chinese joint venture regulations. CBA is a Bermuda-incorporated and Hong Kong-listed holding company. Its biggest asset is a joint venture with Germany's BMW, the source of all China-produced BMW cars. CBA's Jinbei LCV has a solid presence in the Chinese market. Its 268,485 unit sales in 2016 could use some improvement. The joint venture will develop, manufacture and distribute new vehicles and services under both the Jinbei and Renault brands. LCVs quietly make up for a lot of the revenue and for even more of the profits of many a car company. The companies that buy these vehicles want them to work, to last, and to bring in a good return on investment. Frequent model changes are not desired. Automakers can sell LCV models long after their development costs have been amortized. Commercial vehicles are an important part for the Renault-Nissan alliance. In 2016, some 15% of the alliance's global output was of the LCV variety, with Nissan contributing 815,000 units, Renault 444,000, and Mitsubishi Motors 248,000, Alliance Paris spokespeople said. Commercial vehicles likewise are an important part of the Chinese auto industry. Per data by the Chinese Automaker Association CAAM, 3.69 million commercial vehicles were produced in China in 2016. Production of passenger cars was 24.4 million, for a total of 28.1 million. With access to China's huge LCV market, the alliance is one step closer to its declared goal of becoming the world's largest automaker. As unglamorous as they may be, LCVs have the attention of economists. Sales of LCVs are considered a leading indicator. When business sentiment is up, sales of trucks and vans quickly follow.
A compact SUV that hauls more than just families. The Subaru Forester XT fits into a small but growing category in the American auto market, the speedy crossover. As crossovers and compact SUVs have become ubiquitous, there has emerged a demand for versions of those vehicles that behave more like sports cars. Nobody expects them to win races, but for the enthusiastic driver whose life circumstances demand a small SUV, these are attractive options. The Subaru Forester XT fits right into that and does it on a reasonable budget. Just like in the non-XT Foresters, you get one of the highest cargo capacities in the class, an impressive ride height, plenty of legroom front and rear, a panoramic sunroof, and lots of glass for clear vision all the way around the vehicle. Unlike other Foresters, you also get 250 horsepower. In the Forester, that represents an upgrade of some significance. The non-XT Forester has just 170 horsepower, meaning a jump from that to the XT increases power by 47%. That's enough to transform the Forester from a practical, family-friendly compact SUV into something that might get you a speeding ticket from time to time. Powertrain. In the Forester XT, Subaru uses its famous 2.0-liter Boxer engine. It's the same turbocharged 4-cylinder engine Subaru uses in the WRX, but for the Forester it's been tuned down from 268 horsepower to 250, though torque stays the same at 258 pound-feet. That engine is mated to a continuously variable transmission, CVT. CVTs operate using belts instead of gears, and some drivers find that this makes acceleration feel less dynamic. So Subaru has done what a lot of automakers have, and given the CVT simulated gear shifts to imitate the feeling of a traditional automatic transmission. Subaru even went so far as to give this transmission a manual mode with paddle shifters. There is a manual transmission available on the Forester, but, sorry gearheads, Subaru won't let you have it with the turbocharged engine. Acceleration. Depending who's driving, the Forester can go from 0 to 60 in 6 or 7 seconds. It has been clocked in at 6.8 seconds to 60, with a quarter-mile time of 15.5 seconds at 90 mph. These are good times for both a compact SUV and for a vehicle with 250 horsepower. This owes partly to the Forester's relatively low curb weight of less than 3,700 pounds. Whether attributable to the turbocharger or the transmission, some test drivers noticed a lag right at the beginning of hard acceleration. Handling and braking. Steering is electrically assisted and precise, if a little numb. The Forester is, of course, designed with off-road adventures in mind, and its impressive ride height of 8.7 inches is evidence of that. On pavement it is said to be composed and comfortable, behaving itself like a smooth-riding sedan, though some might find the suspension a little on the stiff side. The brakes are firm, with a respectable 60 to 0 mph stopping distance of 115 feet. Interior styling and comfort. One of the first things you're likely to notice is the panoramic sunroof that stretches from the front of the cabin to the rear seats. It doesn't tilt, and its cover only slides back manually, but its sheer size allows for a lot of extra sunlight in an already spacious and glass-surrounded interior. One of the high points for test drivers of the Forester was its outstanding visibility. Although mostly outfitted in soft-touch materials, there is some hard plastic mixed in. The center stack and controls are laid out with simple understatement, as is the rest of the interior. Leather upholstery is available, including a brown color for contrast. Interior technology. Subaru's Starlink infotainment system comes standard on a 7-inch touchscreen that gets the job done but isn't likely to wow anybody. Its buttons are small and can be difficult to operate, and while the system doesn't react as slowly as some systems do to button presses, it isn't the sharpest operation either. You can connect to your smartphone using Bluetooth, but neither Apple CarPlay nor Android Auto are available. Cargo space. The Forester gets a lot of praise for its cargo space, and for good reason. With almost 75 cubic feet when the rear seats are folded, it's just barely less spacious than the class leader in that area, the Honda CR-V. The rear seats have a 60/40 split, and they can be folded down with the push of a button in the touring trim. Standard equipment: a panoramic sunroof, a USB port, a rear-view camera, reclining back seats, a 7-inch touchscreen, a 6-speaker stereo system, a 10-way power-adjustable driver's seat, and automatic climate control comes standard on the XT. This being a Subaru, all-wheel drive is also standard. Packages: to add some luxury to the Forester XT, you can opt for the touring trim, which brings the price to $31,295. That changes the automatic climate control from a single-zone system to a dual-zone system, adds Harman Kardon audio, push-button start, a heated steering wheel, and one-touch power folding rear seats. Safety and reliability: the Forester has a Top Safety Pick Plus designation from the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety, IIHS, with the best possible rating in all 5 categories of IIHS testing. It gets a 5-star overall rating from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, NHTSA, with top marks in side crash protection and 4 out of 5 stars in rollover and frontal crash protection. Subaru's available EyeSight Safety Suite includes lane departure warning, lane keep assist, blind spot monitoring with rear cross traffic alert, and pre-collision braking. J.D. Power & Associates gives the Forester below average score for predicted reliability, 2.5 out of 5. It comes with a 3-year/36,000-mile warranty, and a 5-year/60,000-mile powertrain warranty. Pricing: the base Forester XT goes for $29,295, which is a $6,700 premium over the base Forester. The XT Touring Edition is $34,295.